stuff with the IDP guys, including the weekly newsletter that comes out covering all the defensive news that you could possibly ever want to know from the IDP guys, as well as a bunch of other content, some sales, good stuff to check out. That link to that is in my Twitter bio. So, yeah, be sure to check that out.
Logan, how about you?
Yeah, you can find my work all throughout the rankings. Help out in spot places, and I've got my redraft and dynasty rankings there, and help out with any sit and start questions you got in the chats and on Twitter.
Awesome. So if you're watching live right now and you have any kind of question related to your start sit or even possible trades coming up with the playoffs, put those in the comments below and we'll get those answered for you. We got, let's see here, 4 teams on bye this week: New England, New York, and Cincinnati, Baltimore. So just remember to keep those players out of your lineups today so you're not scoring zeros. So let's go ahead and talk about the first big news that came out earlier this week, and that is Josh Allen and his elbow injury. And Mike, you said you would actually start Josh Allen over Tom Brady and Jimmy Garoppolo if you had the choice.
Yes, and obviously Tom Brady's playing right now. He's got a 31-yard tutty to Julio Jones, but the other one went to Fournette. I view Josh Allen in the same vein that we view Christian McCaffrey. You know, if he's out there, we're going to start him. And the report that has come out since I tweeted about it was that they're expecting that if he's out there, he can't worsen the injury anymore. And if he's out there, he's going to go 100% because he's Josh Allen. He's an incredible competitor. And that said, I think he's going to be out there. And if he's out there, he's in my lineups.
Yeah, I'd start him based on the potency of the offense and the fact that he still can run. You know, his legs are fine. I don't know why they're starting him, honestly. If the UCL, that could be something that could end a season like that, you know, if something goes wrong.
Scary.
And cause, you know, problems for the foreseeable future. Yeah, but like Michael said, if he's playing, you start him because apparently the Bills staff, you know, they've got to think he's healthy enough to be out there. So
I did get a question on YouTube asking, should we expect the Bills to run the ball more? And the only way I could respond to that was you would think so, but the Bills got medical advice or medical clearance saying that there will be no further injury if he plays. So do you expect them to run the ball more?
I don't personally. I mean, this is still Buffalo. This is the Bills. This offensive identity is not going to change with Josh Allen still in the lineup. And they've never pounded the rock. We've never seen Devin Singletary really be a 20-carry guy. Like, maybe he sees 14 today, which normally he sees around 9 to 10. So maybe, you know, but I don't think so. I think they're going to have to, if anything, keep up with the Vikings in a way.
I agree.
Yeah, you might see Josh Allen take a few less deep shots, and you might see him take off a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you see a ton more work on the ground, maybe a little bit. Like Singletary is probably a little bit better of a play this week than he normally is. But let's not move him up from, you know, a flex to an RB3 or an RB3 to an RB2 maybe. So.
Santa, do you want to go ahead and just do a quick introduction for yourself?
Santa had a few too many eggnogs last night, so he's having some technical difficulties here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm good. What's up, everybody?
So I'm going to head into our Discord. If you guys want to jump in our Discord, run over or go visit our website, and we are running a 50% off deal right now for the last half of the season to help you win your league. One of the questions in our start sit channel, TJ Watt or Jalen Phillips?
Watt's playing. I'm playing Watt, man.
Yeah.
Same mindset with Josh Allen, same mindset with Christian McCaffrey. If TJ Watt is out there, I'm going to play TJ Watt.
Yeah. Start your studs.
And then go ahead.
Oh, he said start your studs. I said live by it.
Would you start any of the following over Derwin James and Jalen Petrie, Jalen Thompson, Mike Edwards, or Jaron Kearse?
Oh yeah, I remember this one. I think the only guy that I would even consider would be Thompson, because I think Baker is going to be out or at least limited this week. So yeah, I've got him. So yeah, I've got Petrie as my number 10 DB. The next looks like I have Edwards and Thompson really close at 15 and 17. So yeah, they would be maybes, but I'm still rolling with Petrie. We've seen what his ceiling is, so it's tough to bench that potential.
I tend to agree. Obviously, Mike Edwards is playing right now, so in
Yeah,
terms of
it's tough.
starting, making the call to start him, I hope it was already made. Whether hopefully it works out that way. But that's the mindset I would have leaned as well. Mike Edwards has been good, and then he really had a bad stinker last week, and I won't lie, it's left me with a bad taste in my mouth. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I tend to lean the same way as you, Santa.
So we're just going to keep going with these Discord questions here. He needs 2, and it's Dotson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, DeAndre Carter, or Otten that's currently playing now.
Yeah, I was stepping back from Otten a little bit because of Cam Brate being healthy. So I don't know if Otten's doing anything right now, but I was definitely he was kind of an easy cut for me out of that group. I think I advised Dotson and Carter for that one. Well, who was the other name?
CEH.
Oh God, I don't remember that.
Carter.
Huh.
Is it pick 1 or pick 2?
Need 2.
Carter and Dotson for me. Dotson with some confidence. I would have been Kate Otten right now for a quick update. He is out snapping Cam Brate, but he's being out targeted 2-1 right now.
So annoying.
Upsetting, and I was very excited. Honestly, I thought Kate Otten could have sealed the deal this week. I thought he was going to have a larger role, a good matchup with Seattle. Obviously, he's playing right now, so it's all moot. But I'd play Carter with everyone out. Not a great matchup, and I'll play Dotson, who if we remember September, he was scoring a touchdown every other week. So ride that hot hand.
Yeah.
And last one, it's a full PPR league. Need 2 running backs and a flex. He's got Debo against the Chargers, Mooney against Detroit, Pollard against Green Bay, Wilson against Cleveland, Elliott against Green Bay, and Mostert against Cleveland.
That's a lot of names.
Yeah, I'm
Hunt against Miami.
I'm gonna go into the Discord to relook at that one. I know because that's so much. That's Rob, right? Was that Rob? One of Rob's questions? Rob. All right, let me find it here. Right. Okay, so
first and foremost, I'll lock in Tony Pollard. I think we can kind of agree on that we're gonna lock in Tony Pollard there. I imagine. Picking between, I think there was a right answer between the Miami backs and a juicy matchup with Cleveland.
Right.
Yeah, we saw Jeff Wilson get a lot of work in his first week, 5 days into his tenure with the Miami Dolphins. Raheem Mostert still got a touchdown, still got it done.
Yeah.
It's tough to pick one over the other. I think both could be fine, and I think one will be good.
I think with a PPR league,
That's
think
true.
you're going Wilson.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Mostert will not be catching passes. I'll run Pollard. Obviously, I'm starting Debo as my flex, and I'm playing. I don't care how bad he's been. I'm going to trust him to get back on track, and I'll go Pollard, Debo, and Jeff Wilson.
I think that's right. I told him Zeke if he's playing, and then Pollard if there's bad news with Zeke, which I think there sort of already is, right? He's gonna test it before the game, so that's not great. So I think I'm leaning into the Pollard camp now with that news, because I guess even if he starts or is active, Pollard could still, depending on it, that's all going to, I think, depend on game script, right? Which is
look at this. We have a special guest, the IDP tipster.
Hello,
hello, gentlemen. I heard somebody might be talking some IDP.
Absolutely. We're just going through some start sit questions right now. We're going through our Discord, and then hopefully we start getting some live questions. And if not, we'll start going through Twitter.
You
Oh, yeah.
unfortunately came in during an offensive question, so sorry about that.
It's funny. I just ran from the dirty O, so thought I'd stop in and do all IDP. But hey, go right ahead, man.
Yeah,
I
we
can
take
mute
everything.
this. That's cool. Yeah, hey, and that's great. That's great. Sweet.
Let's see.
So
Yeah, there was some other. Wasn't there some other? Maybe not. I was trying to think. Jonathan was looking for
Oh,
3 defensive backs to start between Quandre Diggs, so obviously too late there. Jalen Hawkins. Oh, this was before Thursday night's game. Okay. He's got Julian Love, Jalen Petrie, and Justin Simmons. That stinks because I think Justin Simmons is out, and his other 2 were Jalen Hawkins on Thursday night and then Quandre Diggs this morning. So let's hope he got Quandre Diggs started there because I think I saw Justin Simmons is actually out today, which stinks. So that's unfortunate, but yeah. So, all right, that one doesn't really work. Sorry.
What are you guys doing with Jalen Brown? I had a few questions this morning on that.
Probably starting him, right?
I'm not. If I can avoid it, I'm not. No.
Yeah,
I mean, even Barnes I try to play it safe. So I would go, and I'm not a Barnes fan, so I'd go like Barnes or something like that. There, Harris, somebody that we've even Sanborn. We've seen him last week. So, I mean, you just don't know what the Raiders are going to be up to. It's kind of a caution into the wind type thing, if at all possible.
And of course, Perryman's questionable, so that muddies the waters.
Yeah. Wasn't
That also-
going out at catch-22. I was just curious.
And that also, Perryman picked it up on Thursday as well. It wasn't a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday limited like a veteran could sometimes get. It was a downgrade from full on Wednesday to limited on Thursday. I think we expect him to be out there. We expect him to play. I'm willing to take a shot on Jalen Brown, but I mean, it always comes down to those other options. I'd play Barnes over him as well. Sanborn's close. I like their usage you got last week, and I like how Chicago played as a defense last week. So I don't mind riding that hot hand too.
Oh, yeah.
So with the trade the Raiders made, is that safety going to end up playing today in Green Bay? Abrams.
Oh, Abram. I don't know where he fits. I don't really know why. Because they start Amos and Savage, right? So
yeah. It's just a depth. I mean, nobody else probably. It was a waiver wire pickup, wasn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't a trade.
Yeah,
he just
they
got
released
straight up
his
cut.
ass. Yeah, how far is that dude fell, right? He was like leading IDP last year, or up here with the defensive backs. You know, it's been an odd year, fellas. I think we've seen a lot flop and a lot come back. I mean, you got John Johnson that's surfaced again, Jenkins. You got. Then you lose Abrams, and who else have we lost? I know I'm Chin, I guess, to injury.
Tracy Walker.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, Tracy Walker.
That hurt.
Yeah. Man, I'm a huge Joseph fan. Dude's being graded out elite right now, and I love this matchup this week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think it's, what is it, Miami? No. Who they got? Bears.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So we got a question here from Anthony. I am starting Cameron Curl. Does anyone come to mind that's a better stream?
Oh, well, we probably need to know who's available. I've got Cam Curl in my top 20. He's 19 this week, so that's pretty good. I don't know how many much better options you might have out there, but
I've got Cam Curl sitting up top.
Yeah, he should probably be a lot higher.
I was gonna say I need a pretty specific option to probably play over him. He's fine. He's good.
He's asking Kirby Joseph.
Not for me. Not for me. With Cole Holcomb out, I'm gonna ride Cameron Curl this week to the sun.
Yeah, I like Joseph, but not nearly that much.
Everyone's gonna want him because of the monster week they had, chasing points and
yeah. All right.
But yeah, we try to play it a little more even keel and just chase the points.
It's playoff times. Object is don't don't take that zero, I guess you could say, as you guys mentioned earlier. I caught the beginning when you guys was talking the you check your lineups. Yeah, that might be in order, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gary, I think you said something along the lines of don't start Deion Jones today.
Yeah, I don't trust that situation. I've been on tacky for about 3 or 4 weeks
He's
when they
killing
first
it.
started inserting him. I mean, the coach stated it right then that he feels he's a better tackler. So, you know, the way their situation was going all together and JOK was, yeah, I mean, I think that you could do worse, you know, by not playing him. But I'm not starting him if I don't have to. You know, he didn't get me here, so hopefully, you know, I'll revert back to Barnes.
Mm.
I really would. It's just I got trust issues, man. I get trust issues, especially playoff time. You know, yeah, I'm building this IDP. I suggested. I mean, it's to support your offense. You know, so hopefully that's the case if you're doing this. You know, if you're swinging for the fence, swing for the fence. But I'm just not on Deion Jones this week.
Anthony's saying Taki's his linebacker in his flex spot.
Nice.
I
like
actually trust him a little bit more than I do Jones. Yeah. I mean, I'm not suggesting, you know, run out and pick up, but yeah, definitely. And especially in deeper formats, if you've got him in a flex, you could do a lot worse. You could have Jones in there.
But do you think he's going to be able to replicate what he did not last week, but the week before against the Bengals with this Dolphins offense that is willing to air it out?
No, probably not, because if I recall, Bengals is like up there and allowing production to the inside linebacker where Miami is not necessarily, because they don't have a run game. So, you know what I mean? I mean, it's if you're just talking between Jones and Taki, I mean, that's between those two. I'm taking Taki in this matchup. I don't think it's going to matter. I expect the safeties to have the better game. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be tough on Garrett, because if we look, I'm pretty sure that production the Miami's allowing off the edge is like 0. And it's not that Garrett's going to get shut down. We know that. We hope he won't. But I don't know if he can get in the backfield this game.
If you're watching the game, they did a wildcat snap to Fournette, and Brady ran a route, fell down, and Fournette threw a pick 6.
You're joking.
Well, who got the pick 6?
I wasn't even looking, man. I was laughing, honestly.
You are kidding me.
Is it Woolen? It's
Woolen. Oh, let's go.
A monster.
Oh, no, never mind. It wasn't a pick 6. He got tripped.
That's fine. I'll take the interception.
It's that the Bucks were about to score. I just turned it on, so I was confused on where they were. I was just laughing. They ran the play, and oh man.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to play Rashad White more. You know,
what a bad
Rashad
play.
White would never throw an interception.
So if you have Fournette on your fantasy team, you just threw a pick and lost 2 points.
Lovely.
That's brutal. Good thing he got his touchdown.
Unreal.
So we were talking.
Before we go too far on Deion Jones, I'll selfishly ask my own start sit here, because I was a little bit higher on him this week in the mindset of he came in mid-season, then he had a bye week. JOK's still out. Could see a little bit more of a settled role in my mindset at least. So I was lining him up over Christian Kirksey and Denzel Perriman. Am I insane? I think Miami showed a willingness to run the ball a little bit more with Jeff Wilson last week. This might not be the same Miami offense we saw all year.
The nice thing about Jones, he should be hopefully playing the weak side, right? More than anything, and in coverage. So, I mean, it's you're splitting some hard hairs, especially right. Perriman. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, even he's already been phased out. Yeah. We don't know. He's kind of the same as Brown to me, kind of. And who was the other?
Christian Kirksey was as well getting his lunch taken by Christian Harris in a way.
Right. Yeah, he's playing. I think it's more of he's playing Olay to Harris, and why bust your ass as a veteran at this point for this team? You know, let that rookie knock himself out. If it was me, who are they playing?
The Texans face the Giants, which is Saquon, who has made some linebackers look silly.
I mean, there's still a top 5 matchup. So on paper, I would say that the portion, if you're looking at the production, the portion that you're going to get, you probably ought to go Kirksey because it's up there. I would personally, but
Let's make that
I mean
change.
that's you got good points on everything. I mean Kirksey is going to get 100% of the snaps though, ain't he?
So just some numbers here for you. Leo's got Perryman as the number 12 linebacker, and seemingly probably the reason being that the Colts yield the most fantasy points on average to linebackers. So if we're talking matchups from fantasy perspective, that could be a juicy one. And then way down in the 30s, we've got Kirksey and Jones hanging around at 31 and 35 respectively. So Leo likes Perryman a lot this week. Now again, if he doesn't go or something, does Jayon Brown automatically take over that spot? That's tough to call, but it seems like no matter who plays that top line, plays the most snaps at linebacker for the Raiders, they're always soaking up tackles, and so giving you a pretty solid floor, I would say. But it is a little murky right now with the injury status. So, and I don't know what time that game is. I'm sure it's probably a late game.
It is a 4 o'clock game.
Of
The other 2 are
course.
1 o'clocks.
Of course. So there you go.
Yeah,
There's
if he
your
rolls
concept.
out and is locked for even 85 or plus, he's probably the guy. That's putting a lot of trust into that.
Exactly.
I
That's
love
the problem.
and that Leo and the guys that do rankings, fellas, if you haven't heard, I don't like ranking at all. Period. I look at in-season matchups. I take care of my off-season ranking.
Yeah.
So I got highest respect for any ranking, but I
It's so
always
difficult.
try to bring in that inner or outer, Right now I'm hoping, I mean, if we was talking like general deep formats, Perriman's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I could see that, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I would go probably by what Leo has. He's on a streak.
I'll just
How about they all
muddy
drop
in the
20 and
waters
we're all
for you.
happy either way? Well, I think
Right.
that's the best case scenario.
So Gary, you also said start Charles Harris at DE at defensive end and sit Chubb.
Yeah,
At
I'm not
defensive
real
end.
a big fan of. I like Harris's matchup.
Okay.
If he was in DraftKings, I would have already been suggesting him, but he's not, so I had to go a different direction. But when it comes to Chubb, okay, I mean, basically, he didn't get in the backfield last week, if I'm correct, right? And he hasn't actually. He's been putting up all those pressures. So until he does, I didn't like this matchup. So I actually think this whole deal is better for Phillips in the long run than it was for Chubb to begin with. Let's see, who are they playing again? Remind me, help me. I'm
Miami's
old,
playing
fellas.
Cleveland.
Huh?
Miami's
Cleveland?
playing Cleveland.
All right. So you guys got to let me look at my innards and see. Cleveland. Yeah, I got him in the bottom 10 and then on paper of allowing production. So, I mean, Chubb has not impressed me to the point that I'm going to, he might get some tackles, but if I'm playing him as an edge, it's not happening. I don't think he's going to get him a sack. That's basically what I'm saying. When it comes to Harris, I mean, they got the Bears. They're top 5. Harris has been on a roll. He's actually been consistent even going into last year. I can tell you I've been watching the matchups, and he hits on matchups, and he actually overachieves on a few here and there. You know what I mean? But if it's a tough matchup, yeah, he's not showing, so you don't play him. But either way, I like the matchup. It's all there on paper, so he's a go for me. If he's on FanDuel or something, and they're asking if he's getting a sack or a quarter sack, of course, a sack. I don't know about you guys, but those lines kind of crack me up. You're either getting a sack or you're not. Very rarely do you get a half a sack, right? And have you ever seen a quarter sack at all? But either way, so you just look at him. I look at him as a sack, a full
And then
sack.
the last suggestion you made is start Marcus May and sit Love.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, the matchup, you've got Warner out. I think May gets a little boost from just that situation. And the whole Love, actually, I think I put it in the chat after I talked about that. I was like, I don't know, man, because you got Belton starting. I don't know if I can actually make that. I'm willing to say it. I don't think I can make that call at this moment to say sit Love.
Too good to be true.
Yeah.
Situation.
I had to sit back. I did a little bit more reading this morning and back out of that one pretty quick. I don't know if I have a sit for you. And look, I appreciate you fellas having me on, man. Look at this IDP flowing everywhere. I haven't had this kind of flow since, we do the IDP Pro pod with Johnny the Greek. You guys know Johnny real well, right?
Oh, yeah.
And, but it's not quite the same as being open. You know what I mean? Open air, I guess you could say.
Live and in color.
So while Gary's looking up his information, we got Raw. Need 2 full PPR: Mooney, Herbert, Thielen, Rondell. No Murray. Or do I play Herbert over Swift?
Whew. Gosh.
Wasn't Jamal Williams limited throughout the week a little bit?
Was
I
he?
think he's expected to be full go if he was.
I think he is full go. Yeah, he's full go now. He's fine. But he did have Wednesday. He was limited. So he started the week. But I wouldn't play Herbert over Swift. No.
He got himself in the doghouse, apparently.
So we have to pick one or choose Herbert over Swift. I think we're probably gonna rock Swift this week still over Herbert. So
And then we're picking 2 out of those 4.
Do you guys think Swift's actually going to get production this week?
Yeah, I'm a little more bearish on Swift. I think he did nothing.
They
last week.
said they were going to ride the hot hand, and he got 7 carries.
Yeah.
And then he was pissed, and my guy Deuce Staley was kind of blasting him in the media. It seemed like so.
Well, that was
I'm not sure
Herbert.
if he's in the doghouse or not.
That was Herbert that got the 7 carries. Swift also didn't get very much either.
Yeah, Swift had 2 carries for 10 yards, 3 catches for 40 on 4 targets on only 16% of snaps. So I have to imagine
used him when he
exactly. I have to imagine he gets more than 16% of snaps this week. I still have to believe that if he's out there another week removed.
Herbert's only getting 20 to 30, 40 maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'd play Mooney and Swift, assuming that's the 2 right there. And if I had to pick another one, I guess I go Rondell with Colt McCoy. I really don't want anything to do with Thielen, and I don't really like Herbert that much this week as long as he's not going to rock.
It is Detroit.
It is Detroit.
Yeah. They can run all over Detroit.
I
think Colt relies on his underneath with Rondell. And Mooney. Our Fields is obviously playing much better. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rondell, and I don't mind Herbert.
I don't either.
Take the chance on Herbert.
I don't hate it, but
I think I like the other options just a little bit more. I'd rather be there with Mooney with Fields playing well. You know.
True.
I will say the last time Rondell Moore's played with Colt McCoy, he did see 11 targets on 21 routes and 40% of snaps. And that's obviously a 1-game sample size, and that's from Adam Koffler on Twitter, who I did not find that myself. Nice. But in theory, that was when he was at 40% of snaps. You double that snap count now, you should see at least as many targets, I guess. Against a Rams team that will be trying to shut down Jalen Ramsey on DeAndre Hopkins, not looking at Rondell as much. So, in theory, Rondell should have a better day than most are thinking.
I like it.
Oh my goodness.
Zach Sealer, a bad play or nah? He seems to get more playing time, but he looks to be a solid player.
How deep is this league? Holy moly!
Who are they playing again?
Yes,
Cleveland?
It's a bad play.
Cleveland,
yeah.
Actually,
he's a decent.
they're top 5. Cleveland's top 5 in my books in allowing the production in interior defensive line. So
he is
considering,
a DT, huh?
I mean, if it's a deep play, yeah, you surely could do worse.
Yeah, I think that hinges on
Yeah.
how deep of a league and what other options there are.
He's like your GT3 and you have to start 3 defensive tackles, you're golden.
Yeah,
Right.
like,
Right. Or if you're looking for a huge home run, maybe, but that better be a deep throw. I found, I don't know, you guys might already know about it, but that Minnesota corner going to be starting for somebody, Evans. You know, I'm not a big corner guy, but I do have a fella that I was talking to that uses the app. I was talking to him on the phone, and he brought this up and was looking. But who's this? AKAYL something Evans for Minnesota. He's going to be playing for Dantzler or whatever.
Yep, Dantzler is going to be out for I think a month.
Love Evans
now.
from Mizzou.
Yeah, I think that's after looking that up, that's a sneaky cornerback play. I'm not promoting this I prefer safeties myself,
Got Buffalo.
but I thought I might share that because, well, hell, I didn't even find it.
and he had a nice little game in relief duty. I think even he did.
Played in the slot some, and yeah, he was telling me quite a bit. I thought I pointed out on my own. I had Kendricks for the Rams. They're up against Arizona. I know that's a slop game at this point with the 2 backups. Oh, by the way, you guys in the Scott Fish Bowl?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yeah,
guess who I'm starting this week for my 2 quarterbacks? Take a wild stab at it.
Well, if you're
Aaron
in my
Rodgers, Russell Wilson.
Say it again.
Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson.
No. Rams backup and the Cardinals backup.
I was gonna say, if you're in the same boat as me, it's Wolford, because I have Lamar and I took Matt Ryan and then Deshaun Watson, and so I basically had no quarterback. I'm rostering a shit ton of backups, and I luckily got my hands on Wolford, so I'm only starting one, and it's just him.
I had Ryan, and then I went late. Thought I got a steal on Garoppolo, and guess what? Dumbass dropped him, knowing that I was going to. This is going to bite me in the ass later, and I dropped his ass, and lo and behold,
it's brutal.
Right. So now that's what I've got. Matthew Stafford. That's all I got. That's it. Well, the backups.
So back to that Zach Saylor question. He said it is a 12-man league. It's 3 defensive line, 3 linebackers, 3 DBs, and 1 flex.
Mm-hmm.
So
3. Yeah, I mean, he made the call a while ago. Logan.
Yeah, he's a solid tackle guy, tackle floor, I guess.
He has 4 tackles in the last 3 weeks at least. He had 7 last week. He's going to be in 75% of snaps, and we know what the Browns are going to do. They're going to run the ball up the middle.
Yeah.
It's probably going to work. It might get past him, but
we hope they're going to run the ball. And hopefully Stefanski doesn't decide, let's make Brissett the quarterback he really isn't.
They will for at least a half. At least the first half, they will be running the ball. I don't mind him as a play as my 3rd defensive lineman.
Yeah. Could do worse, I guess.
Depending on other options, I mean, it's all there.
He's propped up by a monster week against the Lions, where he had a sack and 2 passes defended. So that's probably boosting him up in the average points, or especially recently average points. But yes, his tackle floor has been pretty solid. So
I gotta laugh because this poor guy, his every time his name has came up over the last year or two, everybody has a well, you know what I mean? It's like, but he keeps showing. It's like, God, either go away or just come on up here so we can,
Yeah,
it's funny as hell.
Marco's back. He's got JT, Jay Cook, Spiller, Mitchell, and Pacheco. He needs to start 2.5 PPR league.
Sheesh. Well, obviously JT, he's back. And
I'm staying away from all Kansas City running backs right now.
I was gonna say Pacheco just for a Hail Mary because maybe McKinnon doesn't go and there's some more snaps there, but yeah, I don't know. Why is Spiller back in the narrative? Is Eckler busted up or something? Like I've seen Spiller getting picked up and
Spiller, yeah, he beat out Son Michelle. He got 7 carries last week. I don't think we're going to expect a good enough game script this time around on Sunday night. But I'd go Jonathan Taylor and Elijah Mitchell right now. No Jeff Wilson, the RB2 rule, I guess. I don't want to talk anyone into any of these 3 guys. They're all terrible. But if anyone's going to, it'll be a running back for the 49ers randomly getting a nice touch here and there. So I guess I'll go Elijah Mitchell and Jonathan Taylor. James Cook, but like maybe Nyheim Hines is also more inclement in this offense now. So
yeah,
I want nothing to do with it. But
I'm going to be very interested to see how JT is going to be used in the first game of Jeff Saturday's coaching career.
Oh God, the Saturday regime. Hopefully he plays his best players and doesn't do what a lot of other coaches seem to do and give shitty players opportunities.
Marco is also asking Thielen, Cooks, Palmer, Robinson, McKenzie, and Dotson. Start 3. It's a half PPR league. Leftovers are Hawkinson for my flex. Oh, that doesn't make sense.
Hawkinson in the flexes sounds good. I'm out. I dropped Thielen in a couple of like redraft leagues. Like he's been very disappointing. Yeah, I think age has finally caught up with him. Cooks, who knows if he's even really going to play again, or if he's active, they might not give him snaps because he's in the doghouse. So I like Palmer there, and Robinson and Dotson for me.
I'd go Palmer, Robinson. God, I want to play Brandon Cooks, but he's just been so unreliable this year. Also, I don't know if you guys saw the report, and I was surprised by this. They stripped him of his captainship, which is
here's his other
shocking, honestly. But
flex position. So.
Crickets.
I don't know what that means.
It's a Gesundheit for me sneezing.
Oh.
I was like, I'm not sure.
I did not put that together.
I was hoping one of you guys was going to
like, what?
I was trying to figure out.
Who do you think that player is?
The starting linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys.
I know we got a Germany game going.
I'd go Palmer, Robinson, and I'd take the shot on Dotson if he's playing. He gets touchdowns when he's playing, so. McKenzie's not a bad play with Allen being kind of hindered. Probably hit McKenzie underneath, maybe a little more than normal. That might be a sneaky little play.
I'll take Cooks, Palmer, and Wandell. I'll avoid Dotson over Cooks. I'm going to hope that Xavier McKinney being injured, I hope that maybe that's throwing a wrench into this Giants secondary that's been pretty good this year. Adoree Jackson's going to start returning kicks again. Things are getting shook up a little bit more than I think they were expecting to. I don't think Brandon Cooks has lost a step. I just don't think he's getting the ball. I'm hoping to get on track right now.
Yeah, doghouse.
Gentlemen, I appreciate the IDP talk.
Yes, sir.
You enjoy the rest of your day, all right?
Likewise.
Same to you.
Hey, I got one more linebacker question if you want to answer it.
I was looking. It's solid. It's not a great matchup. Sanborn, I'd play him, but it's not like it's his second game. The matchup's mediocre for me, and it's one of those things. I don't think he's going to come rip off 12 combined tackles or nothing.
Right.
So, would you start Brown, Perriman, or Jones over him?
That's like the same.
At this point, ceiling, probably floor. I don't know. I'm being talked into Perriman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Sanborn. I think he's going to be solid, but Perriman's probably going to be just as solid with a bigger ceiling at this point. Maybe.
Sean White does have 16 carries. Sorry, it's off topic, but
right. Detroit doesn't really run the ball, right? So, and he's mainly a 2-down thumper, Sanborn. I think he came out on most of the third and fourth downs last week. Well, fourth makes sense, but you know what I mean. All right. So, I was on one before and I went on after, and now I'm going to go set my lineups, gentlemen.
Good luck.
Hey, Gary,
good luck this week.
If our subscribers wanted to find you on social, where can they find you at?
I don't know. I'm about ready to leave Twitter. No, I'm kidding. At the IDP Tipster, just like it is right there. At the IDP Tipster, check it out. I'm always interested in talking defensive football. You guys keep your dirty O.
And-
See
And
ya.
you guys, and
Oh,
you're
I'm
doing
sorry.
a suite, or you're doing deep dynasty players in your articles, correct?
Yeah, right now. Well, I have the one for general. It's one a week, I guess you could say. It's the tipster takes. It's just whatever might be standing out at the moment. It might be I don't know, basically a bullshit or a call or a waiver wire. I don't know, whatever happens to be on my mind at the moment, luckily. And then yeah, I'm doing those deep dynasty rest of the season articles, little shorter ones, getting straight to the point about what the take would be. They're hot takes, folks, but hey, I hit here and there, I mean, I don't know. We'll see how that works out, but you got to start somewhere. So Dynasty's right around the corner. I'm sure a lot of people that are not making these playoffs, you got to start thinking about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but yeah, thanks for mentioning those articles, man.
Yeah, no
they're
problem. And
rolling.
we're
I'm cranking them out.
Videos too.
Yeah. We kind of we took a step back from doing the videos. It's all, I don't know, in the grand scheme of things with Nate. So, but the articles are still cranking. So, I don't mind and cut my work in half, man. Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So, thank you for bringing that up, though.
Yeah,
check
thanks
this
for
out.
joining us today.
Oh, yeah. If you don't mind, I might try to make this a habit if I can.
Absolutely. We
Yeah.
love,
Get my
we are the
IDP
IDP
on.
guys, so
Yeah. Well,
I love
sweet
talking
fellas.
about it.
Yep. Sweet. You guys have a great weekend and good luck.
You too.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Also, if
So-
I can have a quick second, Grant, because
Yeah.
I might have to recant my entire Josh Allen argument before. Because right now the report is he is active. He is not warming up right now. Case Keenum is warming up on the pregame field.
Uh-oh.
And I'm starting to get emergency QB vibes.
Uh-huh.
And-
I was thinking the same thing.
And I'm all of a sudden, I'd like everyone that is listening right now to check their lineups. And I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna pivot right now because I don't know if he's starting the first snap right now. And if he's not, my mindset is if he is starting, if he is playing, I will play him. But now I'm not sure if he's actually gonna play, and that's not really something I'm willing to take a risk on at my quarterback position. I was expecting him to work out in pregame. He's not working out in pregame.
Zeke sitting as
That
well.
Zeke's
Official.
good.
Sounds
Zeke's
like
good.
so. Fire up your Pollards.
Also, if you're on Facebook and you are not getting, or if your questions are not coming in through our live chat, I'll throw the link into our YouTube channel so you guys can come over here and ask questions there because we are getting our YouTube questions.
I've got a couple if you guys. You got to sit one. Gabe Davis, Jerry Judy, Lazard.
Jerry Judy, Lazard, sit one.
Probably sit Davis with the Josh Allen nonsense.
Yeah, probably Gabe.
And then the other one's Clyde or Dylan.
Sick Clyde. God, I don't like any of them, but
Like, I
oh
was gonna
god,
say
that's
sit Dylan
tough.
with a yuck.
Wow,
You know,
that's,
they're both pretty yuck.
that's pretty disgusting. I guess Clyde could punch winning against Jacksonville. Higher chance of that than Green Bay Dylan doing it against the Cowboys, right? I mean,
You just take the offense upside there.
yeah.
That's okay.
God. If McKinnon sits, I guess it helps as well.
Is McKinnon supposed to sit?
He was missing practice this week. I don't know if he's actually going to line up out there. But
Officially active and as of a few seconds ago. So man, I just looked. Wow, it just
there
popped
you
up.
go.
They knew we were curious.
Yeah, I'll still go. Oh God, AJ Dillon has not looked good this year. He really has
I
not.
know. Jones is off the injury report, so probably sit Dylan. How about the real quick for me? I need some help with my Jalen Warren shares. Are we firing him up?
Who's Pittsburgh got this week again? New Orleans. I don't love that against New Orleans, man. They like They really do stuff to run. They really have such a good front seven.
Yeah.
At least a front line. And then Demario Davis. They got Warner out, but Marcus May, like we were saying earlier, Marcus May is going to fill that box a little bit, and he's attacking the machine. So it's not going to be a huge miss out. I love Warner, but they should stay solid. I just traded away Najee for Chris Godwin in my home league, and Chris Godwin caught a touchdown, and Najee's been riding my bench. So I'm like, I'm happy about that. And then the Warren news came out. I'm like, thank God I just got rid of Najee. I've been trying to trade him for a ham sandwich all year. Yeah. I'm curious of Warren, man. That's a good pickup for sure.
Warren or like Pacheco or Warren?
I'd go Warren over Pacheco probably.
Okay. All right. Warren or A.J. Dillon?
Warren over Dillon. I'd take the upside shot, I think. Coming in.
All right. That helps my confidence.
The top like 25-ish, like 30 maybe. Like
nice.
I think the Steelers beat the Saints today. And I'm not saying if anybody knows me as a Steeler fan, you know that I rip on my team more than any mediated person could be. But I do think they win coming off the bye with TJ Watt back despite Minka being out. So that should help Jalen Warren. The Saints defense has not been as stingy as it has been in years past, especially on the ground. And if the reports are to be believed, which I don't, but Jalen Warren is supposed to get more work. So,
all right. So Marco is asking, someone offered me Trayvon Walker for James Robinson. Should he take it? He's already got Bosa, Burns, Pay, and Derek Brown.
Yeah, I would want Trayvon Walker.
Dynasty for sure.
Yeah.
James Robinson's like your RB1 for some reason in a redraft league. Maybe. Like there's probably very few situations I would think about it.
Yeah, I think Marco's most leagues are dynasty. So if you can cash in James Robinson for that, maybe make him throw in a last round rookie pick even because it's still offense for IDP. Yeah, which is generally a lot more replaceable than offense. So maybe they'll throw in a last round rookie pick to sweeten the deal. But I'd be trying to cash out James. I've been cashing out James Robinson since the first year. So
if you can get anything for James Robinson worthwhile, I'll cash out happily. So yeah.
And then Anthony got to start 2 this week. Dylan, Gordon, or Claypool. I'm a little high on Claypool. I know it's a low passing game, and it's his ability and being another threat on the field for Fields.
It's Detroit. I don't like the other two options you got listed there, so I'm fine playing Claypool. I mean, Fields is legit. I've always been a huge fan of Fields. He's a great quarterback, and they're figuring it out right now. Claypool got, he didn't in the few snaps he's gotten a few targets. He's had a decent target share in terms of route participation. I'll go Claypool and Melvin. I'm not in love with Dylan or Melvin, but I'll go Melvin over Dylan.
Melvin gets more touches than Dylan. I agree. I think Claypool's the best upside shot of all of them for sure. So
can't wait to add Chase Edmonds to this Denver backfield, and see what happens.
Oh God.
Don't sound so excited, Santa.
Yeah, I'll go Claypool and Gordon too.
What matchups are you guys looking at today as far as your defensive backs on receivers? Do you have any?
Your Browns are going to be busy.
Very busy.
Yeah.
Honestly, yes. I don't think, even with Ward back, I don't think they're going to be able to hang with Tyreek or Waddle. Unless somehow Clowney and Miles get in and cause all kinds of pressure for Tua.
Which I don't think will happen, honestly.
You know what's interesting? Go ahead.
No, I got nothing to say. Go for it.
I'm on my fantasy league who does, they have this report for fantasy points allowed by position, and Miami's actually pretty low for cornerbacks because if you think about it, like Tyreek and Waddle are scoring all the time. So like maybe that's not. I mean, it's apparently not the best matchup. They are 25th.
How are they for?
in giving
Safeties.
up points. I'm sure that's
Because
probably
they
the
throw the ball
difference.
10, 15 yards downfield a lot.
Right. Let me see. Where's Miami for
I like
safety?
Tarvarius Ward. He probably gets a pick off of Herbert tonight.
Oh, nice. Yes, Dolphins are 7th for safety. So yes, you want your Johnsons and your Delpits are probably gonna have a good game.
Okay. Some of those DBs got to be busy. Somebody
Yeah.
has to.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
it just-
this. Yeah,
It seems
I feel
like
the
it's the
same way.
safeties.
Sorry, not to interrupt. Just gonna.
Go ahead.
I feel the same way with the Steelers Saint game. Honestly, I think we've seen Paulson Adebo be, a very IDP relevant name with his tackles at times this year. We know Pickett will be throwing an interception in this game. We know Andy Dalton could throw a pick or even a pick six. He's done that 2 or 3 times this year. I don't think any of us have been chasing any Steelers cornerback all year, and I'm still not. But I mean, I guess Terrell Edmonds might be a decent streaming candidate this week. I mean, he's running like a chicken without his head right now, and he has been for the last 4 years. But it's a good matchup, I think, across the board for a lot of the Steelers guys this week.
Yeah, play your corners in that matchup because Steelers are number 1 in giving up points to corners, and the Saints are number 4. So yeah, play your corners in that matchup for sure.
Tyler Lockett.
So on Twitter, somebody's asking, should I start or sit Aaron Jones? I guess that's really dependent on who you have.
Start him.
Yeah,
Aaron Jones is going to get a ton of receiving work this week. I love it.
He was off the injury report as of 2 days ago because I have that same problem in my home league, and I had him benched for Jalen Warren, but now I just flipped that since he's been off the injury report. So you kind of got to roll with him. I feel like. God, Dallas defense is good though. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could like that's why I'm so bearish on Dylan, but I'm a little more bullish on Jones.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think
So about that Trayvon Walker trade, it's a pick for pick trade system. So Walker and his third round pick, and I will give him my 8th rounder. It's a 12-team 8-round free agent rookie draft.
Oh, we can move up, yeah, add on to it for sure.
Yeah,
even if you can give him your 8th and get his 3rd, 4th, 5th, probably. Because if you got that deep of IDPs, you're gonna have some decent players into that range. So
I would definitely do that. I'd love to do that.
That's where you could have got someone like Pete Werner 2 years ago. I think, 2 years ago. I think I got him in an all IDP league in like the 3rd or 4th in the rookie draft.
Exactly.
Leonard Fournette is now doubtful to return with a hip injury.
Oh, that's why. White has almost 20 carries. I was like, that might be Fournette.
And he also threw Quandre Diggs like a child throws a teddy bear. So the season of Rashad White might be upon us, sadly enough. Hopefully, Leonard Fournette is okay.
It was like Marshawn Lynch's stiff arm. It was like he threw him back.
Poor Quandre Diggs. I like Quandre Diggs.
Little beast mode.
Oh, here. How about help me out? So these are all the running backs, and I guess I need to pick. Call it 3. So wow, Aaron Jones, I guess, is an easy start. But then I'm dealing with Jeff Wilson, Jalen Warren, Pacheco, or I've been stashing Kyron Williams. I assume it's Warren and Wilson, right?
It's Wilson for me. Yeah, and if you have to pick another one, I go Warren.
Okay.
Your home run. I mean, Pacheco, could get a touchdown, but I think Warren's going to get a lot more touches.
Okay. I know. This is why I'm such a proponent for best ball, guys. I don't need this stress every week.
I know. I've never played best ball until like a year or 2 ago, and I drafted like a ton of best ball teams. I was like, this is awesome. I love that stuff. The lineups.
I have a lineup where I'm
Dynasty best ball is what I want to do.
I have a lineup where I was like, I've been 3rd in the league. The top 4 really like get a big boost. Yeah. I currently have Latavius Murray, Dontrell Hilliard, and Colt McCoy in my starting lineup. And I'm strongly debating. Well, here's the start sit for you. Would you play Gabe Davis, George Pickens, or Colt McCoy?
Pickens.
I had Pickens all morning. I tilted to Colt McCoy like 5 minutes ago. Now I'm going to tilt
Don't be a slave to the quarterback in Superflex.
I am totally a slave to the quarterback.
I threw Garrett Wilson on his monster week over like Baker early in the season, and Jared Wilson's like week 3 or whatever, and he blew up. And I was like, I'm never playing these bummy quarterbacks if I have sweet receivers. Like, no way.
Rondell's going to take one to the house. I just know.
Mark,
I'm not a carry. I'm an end around.
Well, touch pass.
Mark was asking, is a second rounder would probably be too greedy.
Shoot for the moon. Start high, just work your way down.
You're probably pushing it, but I mean, might as well try and then settle for a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go so high that you scare them off though, and make them mad that you're like, why are you asking for this?
Right.
It's the art of the deal, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful.
Actually, Margo, I heard some great advice. Don't do this over a phone or text messages. Don't do it over Facebook or email or anything. Pick up the phone, call him, talk to him personally, and tell him why he would be benefiting from this trade.
Oh, I would absolutely hate if somebody did that to me.
That's what my dad does to me.
I've done it. That's how I got Kareem Hunt. Well, so I was trading for Kareem Hunt based on the rumors of him going to LA.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's that working out?
People on the phone, man. You can convince people.
Now I have him in case Chubb goes down. And Chubb goes down at least a game or 2 every season. So I have him.
He's usually a decent flex too.
Yeah.
He hasn't been since week 1.
2, or maybe. I think he had 2 good weeks.
He punched one in a couple weeks ago and got 9 points. It was great.
Saved my week.
I also want everyone to know that I am constantly I searched Josh Allen on Twitter and I've just been refreshing for 10 minutes straight, just waiting to see him on the field. If I see him on the field throwing a football, maybe I could talk myself into it. But he hasn't been out there, and I'm
brutal.
Which also means if you have Davis in your lineups, which is a sketchy thing to begin with, I would probably be leaning benching Davis. It's a small boost, I guess, for Isaiah McKenzie.
Yeah.
To have Case Keenum in there. And you're going to play Diggs regardless. But
Diggs is a mid-range wide receiver 1 instead of the wide receiver 1, probably. And, yeah, McKenzie takes Davis's spot as your wide receiver 3 or 4, maybe.
Yeah. Honestly, on a side note as well, I don't know if we've ever seen Vegas be fooled this much. Props to the Bills for keeping it so much under wraps. The line has moved all week long and moved back to 6.5 yesterday.
Oh, wow.
I'll check what it is right now, but I imagine we're going to be going
no matter what today.
I mean, Kirk Cousins in Buffalo is a tough ask for him, even without Josh Allen. But it's going to be – I don't know. I'm going to check the line right now.
A lot of Dalvin Cook this week, I think.
A lot of Dalvin Cook.
I am trying to find a safety to replace Abrams because –
the Vikings are still 5-point dogs.
Who's available?
That's what I'm trying to figure out here.
We got you.
Sweet. Let me go ahead and just share my screen over here real quick.
Just consult the #1 Fantasy Pros DB ranker right here, buddy.
Oh, really?
Are you really?
As of at least a week or 2 ago, I might be sliding down because I know 1 week. I think it was week 9. I forgot to publish my updates. So especially my overall has tanked big time because of that. But I think I'm still hanging in there with DBs. I think I'm still doing a good job.
So it looks like the top. You got Bynum from Minnesota, but he's playing Buffalo, and we don't know the quarterback situation there.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, May jumps out big time.
But he's out.
Oh, wait, really? Oh, shit. That sucks. Huh.
Honey Badger did.
Eric Rowe, I am not.
No.
Just because Cleveland's probably not going to be throwing the ball.
And does it have to be a safety, right? Can't be a corner?
Yeah, because it's the IDP Invitational.
Okay. I mean, McLeod is serviceable.
Oh,
hasn't Epps been playing a decent amount?
Give me a scroll if you don't mind, Grant.
What?
Epps has been serviceable.
Yeah.
What is this like? You have to play like 3 safeties, right? So this is like your
Yeah.
safety 3.
Right.
Yeah, Epps has had 6, 5, 7, 5 combined tackles.
Yeah.
And they got
Ah.
Washington. Washington, they might get into a little bit
Washington.
of a pissing match today. A little divisional game.
Washington's a
Creed.
good matchup. I don't mind Epps in that. He's been hit or
Yeah.
miss, but I think this could be the matchup for him that he does have one of those more solid days.
Green Jackson with Simmons out.
Has Gibson been doing that?
I do like Kareem Jackson this week. I think he's a good one to play. I brought him up on the waiver wire week show, I guess 2 weeks now, bring him up for this week. So Caden Stern's out, Justin Simmons out, Kareem Jackson can get a lot of
Well,
run.
with
I didn't have anything last week.
they're playing Tennessee, is Tennessee going to be throwing the ball enough?
Right, but
Is
we
Derrick
know
Henry getting downfield though?
He will.
There you
Kareem
go.
Jackson comes up and makes tackles though too. He's a lot.
Yeah.
He kind of is all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of
Kareem Jackson or Marcus Epps would be my pick here. I think Marcus Epps is probably safer, but I like Kareem Jackson myself.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. He might get a.
and over here, I'm
pick or
thinking
something.
about just dropping Abram now since he's now in Green Bay.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Oh God, yeah.
Especially in redraft. He could be a hold in Dynasty, you know. You want to maybe keep that upside if you got this room. Oh, my goodness. We got ourselves a ball match, fellas.
We
Uh-oh. Nice. Who got in?
Oh, Brady just threw a pick with 6 minutes left. It's 21-9, and the Seahawks got the ball on there.
And that'll be
on their side.
Cody
of the field.
Barton.
Cody Barton, the filth monster.
Oh, Cody Barton, sorry.
That nobody's starting anymore.
He snatched it.
Remind me what.
Hey, guess who's starting him in the IDP invitation?
I did just see him on your
Nice.
lineup there. Remind me what the trash guy on Sesame Street, right?
Oscar the No.
Oscar.
Yeah.
Oscar the Grouch, right? That feels like Cody Barton in a way. You know, I don't know why, but you know, he's
It's
just
on
an
there
integral
45.
piece. He's an integral piece of the team. You know, but he's still a trash can.
Man, oh man.
I hope Seahawks pull this off.
That was big.
How does Seattle have 9 points, but they only
They
have
went for
1
2.
field goal?
Kicked field goal, got a touchdown, went for 2, didn't get it.
Oh,
Okay.
Anybody hear anything about Milano this week? Is he back or is Bernard going to play again?
How did he end up
he's
doing?
out.
He did pretty good, actually.
Because I know we talked about
Oh, he was great.
Yeah, he ended it with like 7 or 8 combined tackles. I don't think he gave you much else, but
What is up with Blake Martinez retiring early?
He probably realized that he wasn't all that great and he's just a tackler, and everybody kind of was like, all right, we don't want you to play anymore. And he's like, all right, fine.
and he was playing for the Raiders, so
Yeah, he was probably their LB7.
yeah.
He's
Matt
done.
Milano is expected to play.
It looks like he's back and starting. Okay.
Yep, which is a shame for Terrell Bernard, who's filled in very well, which sends him right back down to the bench.
I know.
Well, guys, we're over our 1 hour mark.
All right.
With that being said, if you have Josh Allen in your lineup, make sure you are refreshing that Twitter. Make sure he is playing. Mike, do you have any new news?
Nothing new. I mean, Twitter is split on you have Josh Allen, you play him, and I'm going to be the one who's going to tilt away from that. And I think I'm going to, I'm good. I put Jimmy G over him in my lineups right now, unless I get some report that he is practicing within the last hour of the game. He hasn't thrown a ball all week. If he's not throwing it before the game, how is he going to throw it in the game? Why would they risk that? I refuse to believe that. So
Run the ball 20 times.
yeah, and he could. He could. Yeah. I will happily take 15 from Jimmy G and risk not getting 25 at the risk of getting 0.
Do you play PJ Walker over him?
PJ Walker? No.
So there's an instance if you're really, really, really deep, you have to play Josh Allen.
Yes, but he was also Thursday. Now Colt McCoy would be a better question. Colt
Someone like
McCoy.
that.
So let's close this out with a hot take for today. Mike, what's your hot take?
Oh goodness, my hot take put me on the spot. My hot take is that Josh Allen doesn't actually play, but my non-hot take, my real one is that I think Michael Pittman might have his best game of the season this week. I saw the report that we could see Matt Ryan today if Sam Ellinger struggles. I think we all expect Sam Ellinger to struggle. The Raiders' defense is abysmal year in, year out, and nothing's different this time around. And Michael Pittman is an unbelievable wide receiver. And if Matt Ryan's in there, I think we could see a 12-plus target day for Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman's a good player. All adds up. Good game script.
Steve, how about your hot take for today?
Jalen Warren dethrones Najee Harris, and all the people like me that have been stashing him all year, waiting for that Liz Frank injury to finally kick in, are paid off, and they shut Najee down, and they give Jalen Warren the job for the rest of the year during a lost season. Boom.
I mean, that makes sense.
That Liz
What do you-
Frank kicked in a month ago, 2 months ago.
What are
3
you playing
months
for
ago.
at this point in time? You should be playing for the number 1 pick.
Exactly.
Sorry, Mike. I know how that feels for the past.
I know you
20
do.
some
Yeah,
years.
I know you do. So it's new for me. It's new for me.
Trust me. You only have to feel this maybe a year, maybe 2.
Oh, we'll do it again with Pickett next year.
All right, Logan, what's your hot take here?
I want to say Etienne is like the overall RB1 this week, but I hate that for the Chiefs. And I'll go with that since I was gonna say a Steelers one, and I was gonna call the Pickens big time.
Oh,
Double-digit catches, 100+ yards, touchdown. Big breakout game for Pickens.
nice.
I'm gonna go with Pickens. I already said Etienne RB1 rest of season when James Robinson was traded, so that's already been established.
Awesome. Well, guys, what a great show again. It looks like this game's getting pretty interesting in Germany, so I'll probably turn that on as I head over to the in-laws to watch the Browns. But with that being said, good luck to everybody in their matchups. I hope your lineups are set. Don't take any zeros today, and keep an eye on all Josh Allen news leading up to the game.
Still
With
not on
that
the
being
field.
said, good luck, and see you guys later.
See ya.